The first thing we need to do is to complete the analogies. Present is to gift as sofa is to blank. Who thinks they know what word could finish that analogy correctly? Jadine?
Couch.
Couch. Couch is a great one to finish that. Present and gift have the same meaning. Sofa and couch have the same meaning. What about the second analogy? Deer is to deer as blank is to flower. This one's kind of tricky. Deer is to deer as blank is to flower. Bradley?
Flour, like the powdery stuff.
Very good job, Bradley. This one was tricky. This kind of analogy was with homophones. Deer and deer are homophones. The first kind is the kind you might see in the woods. The second kind is like what you write at the beginning of a letter. And you're right. To complete the analogy, I need to use the word flour, but the kind of flour I need is the powdery kind, the kind we use to make cookies and cakes and things like that. And that's Flour. Because the other kind of flour is the kind that grows out of the ground and smells really pretty and looks very nice. What about the next analogy? Straight is to wavy as silly is to blank. Straight is to wavy as silly is to blank. Jadine, what do you think?
Dumb?
No, not dumb. If I look at the first part of that analogy, straight and wavy, those are opposites, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need an opposite of the word silly. What's the opposite of the word silly?
Not silly?
Yeah, but I need one word that means that. Noah, what do you think?
Smart?
No, not smart, because you can be silly and smart. Brianna, what do you think? Serious. So if I need an opposite of silly, it's serious. Boring. I think boring is kind of close, Alexa, but because they use the word silly, serious is a better opposite. If they use the word fun instead of silly, then boring would have been the one to use. So I think boring was close, but serious is better. The next one, blank is to cap as woman is to lady. What word belongs in the blank? Blank is to cap as woman is to lady. Kaylee?
Hat.
Hat. Because woman and lady have the same meaning, so I need something that means the same as cap. The word would be hat. Hat is to cap as woman is to lady. Don't worry if you didn't get all of those. At the end, I always show you the page. Okay, homophones. They have a sentence, but the problem is they're not sure which homophone to use. So we have to circle the correct homophone for the sentence. The first sentence says, I brought the dog its water dish. I brought the dog its water dish. Who can tell me which kind of its do they need? Alexa?
The second one.
The second one. Remember, with the word its, that's a very special word. If it has the apostrophe, it means it is. That's the only thing it could mean with the word its. With other words, it could mean two things when it has an apostrophe s. But its is special. If you ever see its with an apostrophe s, it always means it is. And that's not what we need in that. What about sentence 2? It's always best to tell the truth. Which one do we need? Kylie.
The first one.
The first kind. This time, I do need it is. It is always best to tell the truth. What about the third sentence? I want ice cream too, squealed Zoe. This one's a little tougher because there are 3 kinds of two. What kind of two do they need? 3. Noah, what kind of two?
The second one.
The second one. The first kind of two is like if she was going to mail the ice cream to somebody. The third kind would mean that she needs 2 ice cream cones, but that's not what she's asking. She's saying that someone has ice cream and that she wants some ice cream also. The last sentence. Luke and Joshua played their new game. This one's another tricky one because there are 3 different versions. Which one should I use? Brianna, first, the second, or the third one? The first one. That's the one that I need. The game belongs to Luke and Joshua, so this is the kind of there. The second kind of there has the word here hiding in it. And they're not saying the game is over there. The last kind means they are. And it's not they are new game. They are not the game. They're playing it. The sentence, I want to find all the mistakes that I can possibly find in this sentence, and I want to fix them. I want them to be correct. The Constitution of the United States tells citizens about their rights. What is one mistake I can see in my sentence? Jaylene?
Capitalize the U and S in United States.
I need to capitalize the U and the S in United States. It's the name of a country. It needs to be capitalized. What else? Jaylene?
Capitalize Constitution.
Need to capitalize Constitution. It's the name of a specific document, a specific piece of paper. Capitalized. Brianna, what else do I need to capitalize? One more capitalization mistake. Or did you find a different mistake? Different one besides capitalization? We said the United States needs to be capitalized. That is one of them. There's one more capitalization mistake, and there's one more punctuation mistake. Alexa, do you know one of the mistakes that's left?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. What was yours?
Change the word there to THEIR.
That was the one I was gonna say. There's one more besides capitalization, punctuation. We have a homophone that they used wrong. It's the wrong kind of there. So there's still a capitalization and there's still a punctuation mistake hiding out. Kylie?
Change the question mark to a period.
The question mark should be a period. They're not asking something. They're telling something. Okay, one last capitalization mistake. Alexa?
Capitalize the T from the because it's the beginning of the sentence.
Capitalize the T in the because it's the beginning of my sentence. My sentence should say capital, the, capital, Constitution of the, capital, United, capital, States, tells citizens about the kind of there I need, THEIR, their rights, period. Not a question mark. They're not asking us. They're telling us. Okay. We need to circle the correctly spelled word. The first sentence actually has 2 words that I need to circle. And actually, I'm going to need some more circles for this. Let me draw some more shapes, circles, that they are parent circles. That way I can still see my. I think I need 1. Okay. I've got my circles. The first sentence. It's fun to write with my new pen. The first one they want us to check is its. Which kind of its is spelled correctly? First kind or the second kind? Alexa, first kind or second kind?
Second.
The second one, I need the apostrophe. It is fun to write with my new pen. Okay? What kind of write is, well, which kind of write is right? Like, which one is spelled correctly? Kylie?
The second one.
The second one.
Mr. Romero, I don't have enough bubbles.
Like I said, like I did on mine, I had to go and add some more. So you go up here, Bradley. You find this button here that has a circle and a square. Click on it.
Okay, I see. I know what to do.
Okay. Sentence 2. I know which words are spelled correctly. Which kind of know should I use in this? One is spelled correctly. Nakai, which kind of no is spelled correctly? The first kind or the second kind? Which kind, Nakai?
First.
The first kind. I know which words are spelled correctly. Okay, sentence 3. Again, has 2 words I need to. Jason needed 1 piece of paper. 1. Which kind of 1 do I need to use? Alexa?
Second one, because the first one is like if you want a game, and the second one is like if you need 1 piece of paper.
Absolutely correct. The first kind of 1 is like if there was a contest and the prize was a piece of paper. The second kind is like he's counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, he's not competing in anything for a piece of paper. He just needs 1 piece. What about piece? What kind of piece is correct? Violet? Which kind do I need? First kind or the second kind of piece?
First.
The first kind. The first kind that says P-I-E means a part of. Like 1 piece of pie or 1 piece of paper. The second kind is like where no one's fighting. And the paper doesn't fight with other paper. So I don't need that kind. The last part has a sentence that has maybe some mistakes. Let's take a look at the sentence. Finally, after 100 years, the old tattered flag found its proper place in the museum. Answer choice A says to delete the comma after finally. Answer choice B says to change its to its. What was the difference between them again? Kylie, what's the difference with its and its?
One means it is, and the other means like its head or its legs.
Okay. Which one is the one that means it is?
The one with the apostrophe.
With the apostrophe. Very, very good. So they want to change it to saying it is. Answer choice C says change found to found. And answer choice D says that we don't need to change anything. Sentence is okay. Thanks. What do we think? What answer choice is the best one for today? Jadine?
I think it's A because finally cannot be one sentence.
You're right. Finally can't be one sentence. But in this case, that's not why they have the commas. So look here. What does the word finally mean, Jadine?
Like the final thing, the final ingredient.
Okay, what does it mean final? Like if you say the final ingredient, what's another word for that?
Last.
The last. Okay. So when you say finally, you're saying after a long time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So look at what they say right after finally. And you see how there's a comma here and a comma here?
Yes.
Okay. So right after finally, it says after 100 years. In this case, in this sentence, I need the commas because since I use two, one here and one here, it kind of like puts this into a box. This box is explaining why they're using finally. Finally tells us that it took a long time, and how long did it take? 100 years. So you know how sometimes people say, finally, I was waiting forever, but really they weren't. Maybe might have been a few seconds.
Yeah.
This time they're explaining to us that when the sentence says finally they put the flag in the museum, they're not saying, oh, finally, and it was really only like 5 seconds. They're saying that they waited 100 years to put it into a museum.
Oh, okay.
So I actually need the commas there because it helps me to explain how long they had to wait.
Okay, I get it now.
Okay. So I need to decide now. Is it B, is it C, or is it D? Alexa, which one do you think it is?
I think it's D because you don't put a comma after finally, and then if you put it's with the apostrophe, it's not going to make sense. And then if you changed found into FOWND, it's not going to make sense because the word found, it's already spelled correct.
Okay. So we said A, we need to leave the comma alone. It's fine where it is. B, you're right. If I change it to it is, and try it here, finally after 100 years, the old tattered flag found it is proper place in the museum. That doesn't sound right. And you're right about answer choice C as well. Found is spelled correctly. This second one is not spelled correctly. I don't want to put more mistakes into a sentence. I want to fix them. This sentence does not have any mistakes. So there is our page. If you need to fix any part of yours, go ahead and do that now.